Hello, Linda Lyons. This is Mrs. Warm at the Linda Library, and today I'm going to read to you a story about dog breath, the horrible trouble with Hally Tosis. And this is by Dave Pilkey. So we have our title page of Dog Breath. There once was a dog named Hally who lived with the Tosis family. Hally Tosis was a very good dog, but she had a big problem. Bunch of people plugging their noses. Hally Tosis had horrible breath. Whenever Hally Tosis opened her mouth, horrible things happened. Plants lost their leaves, the wallpaper peeled, even the artwork plugs their noses, and the fishes passed out. When the children took Hally Tosis for a walk, everyone else walked on the other side of the street.
Even skunks avoided Hally Tosis.
Look at all that bad breath just floating around on the ground. But the real trouble started one day when Grandma Tosis stopped by for a cup of tea, and Hally jumped up to say, "Hello." Oh dear. Mr. and Mrs. Tosis were not amused.
Something has to be done about that smelly dog, they said.
Oh, poor Hally. The next day, Mr. and Mrs. Tosis decided to find a new home for Hally. The sign says, "Free dog to a good home," and everybody's very sad. The children knew that the only way they could save their dog was to get rid of her bad breath. So they took Hally Tosis to the top of a mountain that had a breathtaking view. They hoped that the breathtaking view would take Hally's breath away.
But it didn't.
Even the sun, millions of miles away, can still smell Hally's breath. That's pretty bad. Next, the children took Hally Tosis to a very exciting movie. It says The Breath of a Salesman, starring Perry O'Donnell and Ginger Vitus. And the sign says, "It'll leave you breathless." They hoped that all the excitement would leave Hally breathless.
But it didn't.
Phew! Even the people in the movie spraying air freshener. Finally, the children took Hally Tosis to a carnival. They hoped that Hally would lose her breath on the speedy roller coaster. Even here the sign says, "You'll lose your breath on our roller coaster." Let's see if it worked. Bleh. I don't think it worked. We've got people who are passing out, people who are saying, "I need fresh air." And this guy's just trying to reach out of the cloud. Do you think it worked?
But that idea stunk too.
Whew. The plans to change Hally's bad breath had failed. Now only a miracle could save Hally Tosis. Sadly, the three friends said goodnight, unaware that a miracle was just on the horizon. Later that night, when everyone was sound asleep, two sneaky burglars crept into the Tosis house. The two burglars were tiptoeing through the dark, quiet rooms when suddenly they came upon Hally Tosis. "Yikes!" whispered one burglar. "It's a big, mean, scary dog." "Ah, don't be silly," whispered the other burglar. "That's only a cute little fuzzy puppy." There's Hally just looking at him. The two burglars giggled at the sight of such a friendly little dog. "That dog couldn't hurt a fly," whispered one burglar. "Come here, Poochie, Poochie, Poochie," whispered the other. So Hally Tosis came over and gave the burglars a big, nice kiss. Slurp! Do you think they regret calling the cute little puppy wuppy over? The next morning, the Tosis family woke to find the two burglars passed out cold on their living room floor. And here's Hally still trying to say hello, hi. It was a miracle. The Tosis family got a big reward for turning in the crooks, and soon Hally Tosis was the most famous crime-fighting dog in the country. Rancid respirations, restrain robbers, bad breath. Hero hound halts hoodlums, bad breath bungles the burglary. Panting pooch paralyzes prowlers. And then, of course, because you always have somebody from the tabloids, it says, mutant space dog captures evil Elvis clones. I think they a little exaggerated. In the end, Mr. and Mrs. Tosis changed their minds about finding a new home for Hally. They decided to keep their wonderful watchdog after all. It says, this home protected by dog breath.
Because life without halitosis just wouldn't make any sense.
And that was Dog Breath. I hope you guys enjoyed listening as much as I always enjoy reading. Have a great day.